Okay, back to the 2011 YZ450F, and we're going to rebuild the fuel pump. I've already gone ahead and put the fuel pressure regulator into this one. That one I got from Quantum. Part number there, if you need it. Excuse me. And that is why you don't want to run pump gas and let it sit in your bike. Okay. The pump is very similar. There you can see the filter and the pump itself. And you can see the filter. We'll get it all opened up here in a minute. And the kit I'm going with is all balls. There's the part number. I've heard good reviews on it, so we're going to give it a shot. And we'll go over what comes in the kit as soon as I get it open. Okay, so in the kit, all this one comes with is the pump, the replacement hose, clamps, pickup tube apparently on some models or something, clamps, O-rings, and then several different fitments of screens, filters. So first thing, I'm going to try and get this apart. If I remember right, it takes like 8 hands to undo all the clips. So I'm going to go ahead and get that started and I'll bring it back. Alright, so this piece comes up and off, and it goes like there, and you've got to release focus that tab and that'll slide right out, and it would be that one and that one, and that'll get it to where the filter will slide out. Now that clip back there is the only one I don't have done yet. I've got that one loose and that one loose. If I remember right, that one's a bare in there, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this hose out of the way, get some more clearance. Alright, so I just took a razor blade and cut just deep enough to cut this off. That's going to be garbage, and now it'll be a little more accessible for a pick, and we'll try and do that. Okay, so that one is a nightmare. I had to fabricate a old Allen wrench into a pick tool to get it wedged in underneath and leverage it out. Now, I got a bunch of cleaning to do in there. I don't know if you can see all that garbage in there. Ethanol gas, man. So, I got some cleaning to do. I'll be back. Man, I don't know if you can see that. There's just sludge caked in the bottom of it. So this will slide out so you can clean, well, so I can clean it. Hopefully yours ain't this ugly. And I dug most of it out. Now I'm going to hit it with some carb cleaner. So there's the fuel pump. Good night. Good thing they give you a new keeper. That thing was shot. I've got that soaking. Got this cleaned up fairly well now. Got to clean that up. I want to clean that up, put an O-ring in it, and the new fuel pump. Okay, so the pump's in, but that O-ring was a joke. I had to start it on the pump, and then start the pump into the hole, and then use a pick tool to force the O-ring into its opening. It's like the O-ring's just a bit too big for it, but it's in. Now, I don't know, I guess figure out which filter it uses. Yeah, so this is my old O-ring and my old pump, and it's sloppy on there too. Maybe you just gotta force it in. Just be gingerly with the curved end of a pick tool, I guess. That's how I got mine in. Anyway, filter, they give you like 5. There's all of them. This looks to be the closest. Exact, whatever. This is the one. So we'll put it on. So hopefully this won't bite me in the butt, but I had to. It's like I had to fight this one too. started on this portion on the fitting, and then this didn't want to go over the lock pin, so I had to give it some love taps. Hopefully it didn't screw up the pump, but yeah, I don't know about this kit. Anyway, put the lock on. Okay, so that keeper is a pain in the ass too. If you can get it started almost over, then I just took a small socket that was just big enough. I'm doing this one-handed. See if we can get it there. Really? Anyway, you get the idea. You gotta stick the socket on so it's goes over the pin but still grabs the keeper, and then smack it with the hammer. Now that's on. Hose now, I guess. Okay, so we slid the filter cover on, and now I'm gonna try and do this one-handed. That kind of lines up there. Oops. One hand fail. Hold on. Okay, so that's locked in. That one's locked in, and that's hooked over the edge. Hose is on. Now I gotta finish cleaning up the bottom. So as I'm cleaning that out, looks a lot better now. One thing I noticed is you don't get a new gasket with this lame kit. Not for 80 bucks. You'd think they would. At least throw that in. Anyway, so we'll make sure our hose is the right length. Looks like we gotta trim that up a little bit, and then stick the bottom bowl back on it. Okay, so I just safety wired mine instead of those big ass clamps. I'm gonna go ahead and reuse the old seal, hopefully no leaks, and give it a try. Alright, so we're all in. Old gasket, dried out or evaporated out and got a little larger than I would have liked, but I think it all went back into the groove fine. I just went and alternated tightening the bolts up slowly, not running one down all the way. So now I'm going to see if we can hook up to this and prime it and see what kind of fuel pressure we're getting. Now I marked it before I put it back in that this terminal out here I marked with a plus. That's the positive. The one inside here is going to be your negative. Just hook it up to 12 volts, and then I'll see if I've got a fuel pressure tester that I can slide on this side and put some gas in it. Okay, so it's kind of a Mickey Mouse setup, but it'll work. So, positive, I've got a lead coming off, got a lead going to negative. I'm going to use the Harley to jump 12 volts to it. Now what we should see, I've got just enough gas to cover the pump. We should see this come up to, I don't know, what is it, 40 to 50 PSI, and it should not bleed it off again very soon. So, here goes nothing. That looks pretty good. We have juice. All right, let's stick it in the bike. All right, I'm trying to set this up so people can see.